I don't know, does it feel like a divorce or does it feel like a death? Like
Death. It feels like a death. The spill off of that was, devastating to a lot of people.
Do you think that's what happened?
Of course, that's what I think. People were like, oh, should we pull all these Jackie things down? I said, absolutely not. That's
Did you ever think this could happen?
really tortured myself emotionally. They pushed back and said, he wants to settle, make it happen.
Do you think you will be the same without her?
I wouldn't want to ring me about this. Are you waiting for me? Hi.
Thanks for
what
having
do you think
us
of the place?
in your home. I love it.
You won't need as wide a lens these days. Has anyone noticed I've lost 18 kilos?
18.
No one said anything. I mean, I'm still wearing the fat
How
clothes.
have you done that?
The truth, not drinking 18 lattes every morning of my life.
Okay.
And my wife's like, how many coffees have you had? And I'm like, 2, that's enough. Have some
piccolo or
strawberries.
something, yeah.
I don't like the piccolo. Bruno drinks the piccolo and he's got that breath, that boggy coffee breath. I don't want to say anything to him.
Oh.
But, if he comes over and goes, how are you? You think, oh, that tar breath, bro.
There's nothing worse.
Yeah. His tongue's brown. It's just revolting.
Oh, dear.
So I'll stick with the lattes.
Okay.
I'd rather be fat than have a brown, boggy breath.
Well, Tegan's always been on you about what you eat and being healthy.
And she's good about it. And her rationale was, it's the same with the sleep apnea machine. So I said, I don't want the sleep apnea machine. And I've got sleep apnea. So I used to stop breathing like hundreds of times a night, for sometimes up to a minute. And she said, and I said, oh, it's just not sexy. I'm already dealing with this, like showing my body. And I said, the last thing I need is to have a mask or something on. And she goes, you know what's not sexy? You dead in the morning in the bed.
I'm proud of you. That's excellent.
I haven't really done anything except for just followed my wife's instructions.
Well, that's all you ever have to do in your life, really.
I agree.
That's the key to happiness.
Yeah.
Speaking of happiness, Kyle, we all want to know, how are you? You've had a huge time.
Yeah. Well, thank you, but things are good.
Mm-hmm.
It was more annoying, the whole process, and like a bit baffling. Like the whole breakdown of Jackie and I, the argument and everything. Like, to me, this is what we've done every day of our life, and sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not as bad. But to find out that she was like offended to the stage where she says that she doesn't want to work with me anymore or can't work with me, that was like flabbergasting to me. Like, I still can't compute it.
Well, I don't think any of us could, actually.
I don't know what's going, but an older gentleman who I admire in this similar industry said to me, he said, maybe at the beginning, like all relationships, you're funny and you're charming and everything you say is hilarious, and then 25, 27 years later, they can't stand the sight of you. Yeah. And he said, that's a normal relationship thing. People grow apart, people have different interests.
Yeah.
But I know that we will get to the stage where we do chat once she's gone through what she has to go through with her life. And we both communicated loosely to each other that we would like to do that at some stage. But
so going back to that day, the day that kind of everything changed, I mean, did you ever think this could happen? Did you ever think, this is it? This is my last time there with her?
Never in a million years. Because normally, like if I was blind to the fact that I was offending or annoying or getting on someone's nerves, that's possible. And I've been blind to the fact with things with Jackie before, like I had no idea that she had that pill addiction, and I had no idea. And I actually really tortured myself emotionally about not sitting across from someone every day for 4 hours for years and not having any idea. But some people say that it's that I shouldn't think like that because people that are doing that, they can hide it, and it's it's not anyone's fault. Yeah. But maybe I was, maybe I should have paid more attention. I don't know. But normally, if there was anything that we were very open with each other, nothing was really off limits. But on the odd occasion that something might have been off limits, like dating people or a rumor of someone or something, she didn't want to discuss it. She'd say, I'd say, what's this dude in the paper? And she'd be like, and I just like, so we did communicate, like, and there was no problems with boundaries and stuff like that. And that would happen over the years too. So that's why I thought, if I'd have been doing something that was upsetting her, I thought, I just would have assumed, and that's probably silly of me, that she'd say, hey, enough of that, I can't stand this, or this is pissing me off. Because like that's the relationship that we have.
Yeah.
I've been put in my place by her. I put her in her place.
Yeah.
But it comes out of love. It's like a brother-sister thing. And that's why still to this day, I'm thinking this will eventually heal itself.
Okay. Even after all of the, court docs and the claims, and do you feel, how do you feel about it? Because this is...
Well, I know a lot of it, living through it, regardless of what's being claimed in court for whatever legal strategy may or may not be available to her. She might have felt bullied, but everyone else in that vicinity is just as shocked as I was. Anyone that works there, anyone that's worked with us, they're all like a lot of them lost their jobs as well.
Of course.
So, but that was not her intention. Her intention was whatever her problem with was me, but the spill off of that was, devastating to a lot of people.
Absolutely devastating. And I think you were shocked, you were confused, the whole world was.
We were all. I still go to places and they go, what on earth? What happened, mate? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get into any long debates at the BP servo with some dude about what happened or what's going to happen next. But everyone's been very positive.
Okay.
And everyone is very I didn't realise how much I'd missed the show. It was in my life for 20 years, and you don't realise you become such a part of people's daily routine.
Yeah.
You do realise that, but you don't think about it day in, day out.
Well, I remember speaking to you when you signed the contract, and you.
I would have been full of glee and
you both
vigour.
Were. It was amazing to see you at your best together, bouncing off each other. It was a beautiful chat. But I remember it was, people like me, we've grown up with you, and now my kids. Right. And my mum, it's a generational thing. Yeah. Your fans are your fans, and they are obviously still supporting you.
Yeah.
And
well, we haven't even launched this app yet, and then the app developer told us that 10 separate people have technically, they must be quite clever, broken through the firewall at the front where it says under construction and already paid and registered as members. We haven't even started the thing, so hopefully that's a good indicator. Or that might be it, that might be all of them. But if there's 10 or 10,000 or 10 million, that we're going to do the same sort of show.
So tell me from that moment, or I guess, when Jackie doesn't come back to work and then Bruno gets a text message, contract's terminated, and you are, I imagine, devastated, broken.
Shocked immediately, and I was like, how is this even possible?
Yeah.
Because they didn't say what, I didn't immediately know what it was for. And I knew that my contract was, it had been built over 25 years, that contract. That wasn't just some super contract. That was thick layers of protection for me as the years went on.
Yeah.
So, so that was a 700-page deal. And it was pretty much bulletproof. And that was also this is what I've been paid to do every day of my life by this company. And then they promote it with playing listen to what happened when Kyle and Jackie had a fight. They play all this, and that didn't make sense. But I think we can all just figure that out, that financially in that sort of free-to-air media landscape, things had taken a bit of a turn since COVID.
Yeah.
And a lot of places never recovered, and a lot of places are still discounting greatly their commercial loads, and this is TV and radio.
Yeah.
And it's a different structure base, and the weird thing is that the platform that I'm putting together, I've been contacted by people I didn't know, billionaire type status in this country and overseas, that said they think my show on this new app can make more profit than the entire radio network. So that was quite, if it's promoted and the numbers rise, and then they wanted to get in behind it with investment.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just, at the moment I own it all.
Yeah.
And I've put all my own money in, I've hired all the staff out of my own out of my own bank.
Yeah.
And going to give it a go without any help. But if it takes off well, then that's great. Then it's, if they want to invest, the company will be worth more once it's got a few runs on the board.
Does that excite you, or does it scare the shit out of you? Because there's a lot on the line. This is this is your. I guess you go from being here and having this huge thing, and your next 10 years set out in stone.
I had the
right?
10-year plan. You know how
10-year
Dad's always
plan.
said, have a 10-year plan? And I thought, I haven't got a 10-year plan. I haven't even got a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And he was always like, you need a plan, you need a plan, when he was alive. That was 10 years ago he's died. But I thought when I did that deal, this is me like I've got a 10-year plan, invest, and flip this house, do that.
Yeah.
And I thought, this might be my last ever work contract. So what can I, and I've got a 3-year-old son.
Of course.
I didn't have a baby in my 20s, and I should have, because it's exhausting, but he's lovely. So 1 year into that plan, it all, fell apart. So, but I had to then just spin, like, hey, what can I do? And I had like a militant activist group targeting advertisers that hate me in a full lefty loons, and if I don't agree with, or if I don't have my narrative to their liking, they want to deplatform people. So good on them, they're free to do whatever they want, and who's got the time, I think, but like they cost me $80 million, those ladies. It's disgusting, really. But getting another job somewhere else at a radio station, that was also on the cards. But I knew that the same problems would follow me to wherever there was advertisers. So a radio podcast that was talking about the whole falling apart of the Kyle and Jackie O show, we're talking about like satellite radio in America and everything, and I was like, oh, even that's old technology now. And then this guy who used to be my boss 15 years ago at Today FM, Craig Bruce, he's a consultant and a podcast host now. Very clever, very good radio operator, always has been. We'd always didn't see eye to eye, but I don't see eye to eye with pretty much everyone on something or another. He said if he did a subscription base, he wouldn't need ads. And I just thought, amazing. So I started doing some mathematics on it, and I thought, if I got 10% of the audience, which I think is achievable, then I can pay for all these people that were made redundant to join me, and I can do what I do. So I'm still going to do a radio show, and it's still live Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 10. No ads, no censorship, and it'll cost like $2 a week, like $100 a year. Really.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you. Okay.
$1 a week to never hear an ad, another $1 a week to never hear a beep again.
Yeah, wow.
So I'd do it. I don't know about you, but when I'm waiting to watch something, I'm just waiting for skip ad to come up. And I go, and I have no idea what I've even watched. So there's no ads. Forget the ads.
I haven't paid for premium Spotify, and my kids are like, Mum,
oh no, in the middle of the mix. Oh, what a loser. They won't have anyone around. They won't have anyone around.
My 16-year-old has it, and I don't have it. What's wrong with this world? So, but I want to know, did you have to, are you pivoting like your life has just fallen apart, like your life has just completely changed? Do you pivot straight away, or do you let yourself be broken on the floor? Like, did you?
No, there was no breaking on the floor. Actually, my wife did say to me at one stage early in the piece, maybe 3 or 4 weeks after the termination, she said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "No, because you seem too all right, almost excited about the court thing, like you're." And I said, "Oh no." I said, "I'm crushed, but you're never going to see me laying on the floor.
Why?
I'm just have a survival." I think it's because I was like a homeless teenager. You got to keep moving, otherwise something's going to happen to you. You can't lay in wait expecting someone to save you. I was the person that had to save my family and my employees and my nanny's job and the guy that mows the lawn, the kids that come around once a month and con me into paying $1,000 to wash my windows, which is hugely overpriced, but I pay because they're 16 and they got their own little squeegee business.
That's awesome.
I went, oh, come in. He's very handsome photography. Oh, whose is this? Oh, there's two. Oh.
You get two. It's a double day.
Do you see that? Yeah. See, I'm going to start putting all that weight back on.
Yeah, don't do that.
If this goes on, I tell my wife I only had the one.
So you were talking about, right, you've been through so much in your life that you
that's right.
Can't break. Like
when you're 15 and you're living on the street in Brisbane in the 80s, like there's no real help, and you help yourself. So that's why I'm a big believer in, work hard, become the best at something, like whatever it is, whether you're carpentry and artistry or technology, but focus on something and put your effort into that. And if you don't like it, tact somewhere else. You've got to tact, like when you're changing a sailing boat. Wind isn't working, you got to change routes. That's what I just constantly do. But she was concerned because I didn't collapse. But I didn't drive around the car crying either. And I'm known to have cried in the car before over frustrating things, but nothing to do with this. It was more like wow. I'm more of I sort of overlook everything and think, okay, I have to deal with this legal thing. What have I got to do with the finances? What are we going to do about these people that have lost their jobs, that have just had babies and all these sort of crazy things? And like, I was living in an $8,000 a week rental, like on the water and on the harbour. And my wife's like, we're getting out of here. We bought that house and we should have renovated it 2 years ago. So we had to renovate another house quickly before we moved into it and got out of the so it was just like some common sense stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's no one's going to break out the violin because I had to move out of an $8,000 rental. But I had to adjust very quickly. So we did that. We did it swiftly and clever. And we didn't really miss a beat. At home, it's very calm. It's not a place of maniacs running around. It's just all very calm and tranquil at home.
You're a problem solver. You just need to
just keep moving until you win.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, what's going to happen? I'm not going to be living in the cardboard box again.
Well, that's why I guess you had to settle, right? You didn't want to go through years of a court case and all those, even though perhaps you wanted to keep going and fight.
Well, I know I was sitting on the back veranda at the new house that we'd just finished renovated, and like Tegan's still inside unpacking boxes. I'm outside smoking on the balcony, and I was dealing with the lawyers and my manager on the phone, and I'd been communicating with the chairman of ARN about settling, because, you know, even if I had won, which was highly likely according to my team, but nothing's guaranteed.
Of course.
If I won in October, then it would probably be appealed, and then there's still a settlement date, which would be February, March. Then it would be appealed. It would take another year and another $2 million. Like, I ploughed through like $2 million in legal fees in like 5 months.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
These guys aren't even driving the top of the range cars. I don't know where that money goes.
Yeah.
Through skyscraper fees. But I put together like a pretty expensive legal team. I wasn't on the prowl up and down Parramatta Road looking above the laundromat for a cheap lawyer. We had to have the best of the best.
Yeah.
But the main thing was, do I really want to stretch this out another year and a half? That would be then 2 years I wouldn't be on air and wouldn't be able to even do anything to earn money. So I don't really want to sit around, how much can I get out of them for free? If they don't want to be with me anymore, I'm not that guy who's going to keep ringing up, oh, please. If the relationship's over, then you move on and you try and do it as amicably as possible and as clinically as, you know, and I was like, you know, I need $15 million. We did a $12 million like dribble feed deal, and I think they dropped $3 million in my bank today. So the $15 million altogether, and that's fine for me.
Yeah.
And I'm released from the court system, and I've dropped the lawsuit against them.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy with that, and I can get back to building this thing, and we're like 3 weeks away from today.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm here today, because I've been on holidays, the Gold Coast and the Blue Mountains. I came back, oh shit, we've got 3 weeks. They're like, we're on it.
You got a good team. You got good people around you.
They've all been good.
When you say, what if are ARN going to call you in to testify against Jackie? Like, is that part of the?
I haven't been subpoenaed, but that's possible.
Will you, if they?
I don't think you have a choice if you're subpoenaed. Do you? If they're subpoenaed, I think.
No, you have to go.
Yeah, otherwise I have to go to prison. Would I go to prison for? No. Like, have you? Normally I'd have you back, babe. But I'm not going to go to prison for no. But I don't. Hopefully it won't get to that.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Oh God, now I'm going to be worried about that. I'm worried about nothing, and now you've put that into my head. I'm going to worry about that until October.
So when you talk about relationships being over and it's done, when you look at you and Jackie, does it feel like, because she's everywhere still, like she's part of you, she's part of your whole life.
Well, she's on the wall here. She's on the wall in my private office. She's still on the mantelpiece at home.
Yeah.
In a photo. So, and then when we were putting this office together for this new show, and people were like, "Oh, should we pull all these Jackie things down?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, I'm proud of. That's the most successful radio show this country's ever had, ever.
Yeah.
And by the amount of numbers and just the longevity of it, I said, we shouldn't be shying away from that success. Like, this is just like a 2.0 version of what that was, but that shouldn't be shunned or we shouldn't pretend that didn't exist, because that's ridiculous.
Do you miss her?
I know. I don't think I do miss her. I don't miss her. If I saw her, I would embrace her immediately, and that wouldn't. But we've known each other so long. It's not like I didn't I'd see her on Monday morning and go, oh my God, I love seeing you. It was just because we're in our lives more than we are in anyone else we've ever known.
Yeah.
We spent more time talking to each other than we do our own spouses or our own children, because it's every day, 4 hours a day, constant.
Yeah.
Plus, in and around that, if we're doing other things or post-show stuff, so.
Well, that's why it must have.
So I haven't even had a chance to miss her. I've been so up and down emotionally about her, like with anger and confusion and disappointment and sadness and everything up and down. I just had to go, okay, it is what it is, and I'm not going to know what this is until once she's finished her court stuff.
So when her court finishes, when all that is over and she can talk to people or talk to you, what do you think she's going to say to you?
She may never, because it would be I wouldn't want to ring me about this. Not because I'm going to handle it badly, because I wouldn't even know what to say to cross that rocky glass broken barrier. So, but the last message I sent to her was, regardless of what happens or what's been said or what comes out in court or whatever has to come or transpire, I just want you to know I'm good with you. So I don't want her to think that I'm all full of angst or anger, because I'm not. I'm full of confusion, but I wish her well. I hope she's great. I'll always love and admire her, and hopefully one day I'll figure out with her help what actually happened.
What actually happened.
And learn where did I go wrong, or what really actually happened.
Does Tegan have an insight, as a woman? Did she know Jackie well? Did she have a theory?
They weren't, I wouldn't say they don't, they were very, very polite and sweet to each other, but the Tegan and Jackie, I wouldn't say I don't even think they had each other's phone numbers, so it wasn't like it was that tight.
Okay.
So, but Tegan, she's thankful that I'm handling it respectfully, because she knows what she means to me, and she's a bit more sort of almost like you've lost a family member rather than have an opinion on your work colleague. It's a different. She knows that it's been quite a friendship with Jackie and I for a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say, it must feel like, I don't know, does it feel like a divorce or does it feel like a death? Do you grieve? Death.
It feels like a death.
It feels like a death.
Yeah, because it feels like if a divorce, you could still argue.
Yeah.
But we're not supposed to. Well, we both text each other, and we're both in court. Still, we were both like, oh, we're not supposed to text. I'm not telling my lawyer, and they're like, actually, no, I'm not telling my lawyer either. But how's Otto? How's Tegan? That sort of communication. So still both sides of us are caring for each other, but not going into any detail, or even asking the other one. I didn't ask her for any detail. I didn't say, what the going on? Yeah. There was none of that. It was more of I hope everything's okay, because I really did think, because I had no idea what was going on. I thought,
well, because obviously she's been through so much as well, and you would worry about her well-being.
Yeah, that was my main concern.
Yeah.
That she was okay.
Yeah.
I almost sort of wished that something had have happened to explain it. So because it's hard to not know.
Yeah.
But once you get over the initial sort of joltiness of the whole situation, I'm in a good place now where I'm cool to know that one day I'll know, or one day I may not know, but I'm fine with that. It's not something I think about every single day anymore.
Well, it's like that little thing that happened on air that sparked it. I mean,
well, I wasn't wrong.
You weren't wrong, but ARN, it sounds like,
they took advantage. Some might say they took advantage and thought, we mismanaged this whole thing back end. We can't afford these two.
Yeah.
Let's pull the pin.
Do you think that's what happened?
Of course, that's what I think. They'll probably never say that because but that's pretty much what happened. They can't. They can't afford it.
Yeah.
They can't afford to have that. But I think that when we first signed that big $200 million deal, the plan behind that, which we were unaware of, was they wanted to they wanted to do that big combination with Channel 7 and ARN that Channel 7 ended up doing with Oz Stereo. So when that imploded, their takeover of that, I think the whole House of Cards fell apart. Like, you can get emotional about it and it affects people, but that they have to run a business still. You know, there's shareholders and all sorts of things. So I met a lot of them during the behind the scenes of the court. I thought, if I can't deal with the management or the board, I'll just go over and meet with the actual people that own the money. And that was very interesting. Have you watched that Succession show?
Yeah, I have.
Well, that shit's real. That wealth, that's out there. Because I'm walking into some houses and I thought, I'm in a nice house, and I thought, wow, I'm in a shitter compared to this. This is like 5 different big houses all in the one house, and I'm walking around these big estates with these people. They're like, sit down, have a Portuguese tart. I thought, who's got Portuguese tarts at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning?
Flown in from Portugal.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But meeting with the money people and telling them, hey, this is what's really going on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to fight you guys for free money. I'm happy to settle, which is how the discussion started with this, the chairman. They pushed back and said he wants to settle and make it happen.
Yeah. Are you surprised that after you did that Jack didn't?
No, I didn't expect her to, because maybe she doesn't want to. I only settled because I wanted to get back to work.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't have that desire. I'm not sure. So I wish I had the magic. We should have got the psychic around to do the John Edward. Oh no, she has to be dead for John Edward death work.
So this is an exciting time. You're 3 weeks away from this launch. How are you feeling? Do you get nervous? Do you sleep? I
had no problem sleeping. I crash immediately. As soon as I hit the pillow, I think, I'll find a show. I spend 20 minutes looking for a show I want to watch. Put it on. Before the credits even start, I'm finished. I'm asleep.
That's me too.
Every single night.
Yeah.
I'm not excited or nervous. I don't really get nervous, or I don't get that stage fright thing. That's never something I've got. But I'm more anxious to see, like, after this interview today, I'm going to be sitting down with them, looking at all the graphics and the sound effects and the this, and like, because you're going to be able to see this as well.
Yeah.
It's like a TV show.
Yeah.
So what happens when I'm on the screen, what colour boxes around me, if we've got a guest on, all the little tickers that run across the screen.
Yeah.
And, you know, then I've got to tell them what I like and don't like in a nice way, to not offend their emotional feelings that work for me, because I'm the one that gets sued now if they don't like it. And then, and try and get this together in 3 weeks. And my wife reminded me that it's my son's birthday the day after we launched, but his party's on the day before.
Stop it.
That's what I said.
How are you going to do that?
I said, why do we have to... What? And she's like, because it's his birthday party. I said, there's 36 kids coming.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I'm more nervous about that than I am the next day when the show launches.
Yeah. You can't do it after his birthday? When to celebrate?
No, it's already organised.
Oh, gosh.
It's all on the availability of the Bowls Club that she's doing it at.
All right. Good,
Bowls Club.
Good mum. Speaking of good mum, how is she? How's Otto?
He's great.
Yeah.
She's great. He's great. He's on school holidays, so he's been a lot the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
but we've been on the Gold Coast with John Ibrahim and his family. The boys all get along well with each other. And then up to the Blue Mountains with some of, like, the parents of his friends from school.
That's nice.
Which I was thinking, well, I thought this will be great. I'll meet some of the dads.
Yeah.
I was the only dad there.
No.
All the other mums came. I was like, where are the dads? And they were like, oh, no, we were always... And I looked at my wife and she's like, well, maybe you can come on the bushwalk with us tomorrow. I thought, I've been duped. But I liked it. The best.
I did that.
But I was running around the Fairmont, you know that big Fairmont hotel, that old thing with the big...
That's great for kids.
Yeah, they loved it. And I thought, this is amazing, with the big bellboy trolley with 8 kids on it, running up and down the hallways. I had to tell them, I said, listen, the kids want me to run them around on this thing. And they're like, oh, well, I said, you don't want to have to deal with those kids. I said, I can get them to come and ask you every time, or I can just keep the trolley. He went, you just keep the trolley. So I'm walking around there like a bellboy with all these children on that. So we had a great time though. So
how do you spend your time now? What's your happy place? Is it on the floor with playing cards with Otto, or is it going
I wouldn't
out?
say it's the happy place. That's like where you have to do that to be a good dad, so they don't hate you later in life. No, but really anything with Otto is good. Like, I do enjoy that. And since I've been not getting up early, my wife said, because you're eventually going to go back to work, maybe you can take the early shift. So I've given her the reprieve of having a sleep-in, which she's much appreciated for.
She's got 3 more weeks of it.
3 more weeks of it. But she's taken full advantage of that sleep-in.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
it's good. I get up with him because he gets up about 5:45, so that's still a sleep-in for me.
Yeah.
So it's a
okay.
win-win at home. She's happy that I'm doing it in the morning, and we've got a nice little routine. I'm a morning person, always have been. So it works well.
When this first happened, I've spoken to you a number of times over the years, and I was so worried about both of you and was hoping that you're okay, connecting with everyone to make sure.
Yeah, thank you.
We can see that you are. You're doing well. You're, losing weight and focused and happy. Are you happy?
Yeah, I feel actually, like a lot of people, their religious friends in America, like, one bad thing opens up another chapter, like all this shit. But all positive things, everyone's nice. Marsha's great.
Yeah.
John Ibrahim rings me all the time. Jeff Fennick rings me. Like everyone who's in my life, even on the fringes, have made themselves known that, hey, we'll make sure you're good. To John Ibrahim said to me, rings me one day and he goes, mate, how you going? I went, yeah, good. And he goes, I want to ask you, how's your mental health? And I started laughing. I said, is this John Ibrahim? He went, Sarah made me ring up and say, he goes, he's laughing at me. And I said, mate, you don't have to, I'm fine, I'm good. But it was not, like even someone that would never ask someone, how's your mental health?
Awesome.
It's like, get up, bitch, stop crying, is what he'd say.
Yeah.
But like he was concerned. So it's nice, you find out your real friends.
Yeah, you do.
And then there's real phony friends like Ben Fordham, who's your phony friend, and you don't find that out until you fall off the perch. And then he's spruiking all over town, I was never going to work, it's outrageous, no one's worth that. And I thought, what asshole this prick is. And then he sends me a text, hey, can you come on the show? I said, no, because you've been a about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're having a sook. And I said, don't
Well, speaking of Fordo and the like, what about the likes of, so what they did to you, do you think that opened the door for something like Nine to do what they did to Carl? Like, is it kind of, we can do that now?
Well, maybe, because although there were different reasons, the main reason the radio group were willing to pull that contract apart was because of that activist group that had been bombarding the clients for 2 years. So at least ARN gave me 2 years trying to defend me. I think Channel 9 gave Carl 24 hours and then let him leave. And I said to him, you should have been punted for the sympathy vote. Like leaving is like, that's what you used to do in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you'd walk out with your head held high. No, now you got to go out a massive victim. So, but then Carl is over there doing the right wing podcast, and people, and like I would never do a once a week podcast flying around the world talking to right wing lunatics. Because whilst I'm right of centre politically, that's still in the common sense realm. So, I'm the sort of person that has to watch CNN and Fox News America, because they're both completely twisted versions of the same story, and then somewhere in the middle you work out what the truth of the actual story is. So it's very weird that TV news is fraction extreme left, extreme right. Well, no one's sitting in the centre here to say, hey, this is what these people think, and this is what, you only hear one side or the other. You don't hear, this is what these people think, and this is what these people think. You don't really see that anymore. So we're going to do that on this show too, have conversations that no one else really wants to have. Because they're too scared that they'll be deplatformed or affected commercially, where we're not going to have that commercial problem. So people can speak honestly. And it's not meant to be a Jerry Springer combative type thing, but no doubt, just by the nature of the style of people that we have working here and that ring in, or anything could happen. And even on this app, it's sort of like, it's got the Netflix thing where you can have it on and still do phone calls or still go on the website and still, like, it still plays. And you can call in from the app, video chats, you can win things. Sort of like the Adrian Botelli thing, but because we're a subscriber, we're an actual product, not just a club. So we're a product, but we'll have those subscriptions. So I've already done some loose maths. So if we get anything over the 100,000 subscribers, we'll start giving a car away to a subscriber every month. And if we get the 200,000 subscribers, I'll give a house away to someone every year. Like we'll have lots of money to be able to do that. So we're going to shovel money back into the, not just pile it up in the bank in gold bars, but make it a real churn. So this a real different.
Excitement.
It's a new media, really. It's sort of like what that satellite radio was 20 years ago in America, where there's no real ads and there's no real censorship.
Is there a number you want to hit on that first day, or is it just whatever?
I've not thought, but I have told the staff, and I haven't put a lot of thought into that. Like I've done the mathematics to, like, if we did this, we did the figure out how much we got. But I've told them I don't care if there's 100 people or 100,000 people. We put on the same effort.
Yeah.
It's just going to be something that we do, and because to put the same effort in, that 100 might build the 200 with word of mouth. I said that's going to be that type of slow bleed on.
You're going to build it organically.
But I was at the servo, and then 3 of the people at the guy at the servo said, "I can't wait for your thing, August 10." And I was like, "Oh, you know about that?"
How do they know the date?
He said August 10.
I meant to tell them the date.
I don't know. I said, "Oh, you know about that?" And the guy behind me goes, "Everyone knows about it, mate. Can't come quick enough." And I was like, "That's 2 people in this room that know about this."
Wow.
That's very odd.
Wow.
So that was encouraging as well.
So this is like, if you talk to the woo-woo people, they might say that everything has led you to this moment, that this was...
A few woo-woo people have actually said that everything bad, has something good, a good result or...
So August 10, I wonder how you'll be feeling that day when you wake up.
Well, let's hope I don't sleep in. That's been known to happen.
If you sleep in? Or what's going to happen if you're sick? How are we going to do
Well,
this?
I used to get sick because I was overweight, had the high blood pressure, wasn't medicated properly, wasn't on the sleep apnea machine every day. But a lot of that's been corrected by my at-home warden-like style lifestyle, where you can't eat this, you should eat that. Having the tablets, just a reminder that it's not just me. I've got a wife and a son now, and things are more important. Which is one of the reasons I also settled, because if it was just me, and I wasn't married and didn't have a child, I might still have, rolled the dice.
Yeah.
But when you look at your own kids and everything playing on the floor, and you're like, I've got a responsibility here. I had to just let all the ego sort of drift away and make, calculated decisions based on no emotion.
Yeah.
Just based on reality of what do I need on the chessboard to keep moving forward, which I've not ever really done before. Yeah. I've always had a little bit of emotion or ego or roll the dice on, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you don't want to roll the dice on your own family.
But this is a big rolling of the dice, backing yourself like this.
I don't think it is. Maybe I'm arrogant. Maybe it's like those people who have that, what's that thing where if I looked in the mirror and saw like a really skinny model, body dysmorphia. Yeah. Maybe I have career dysmorphia.
No, it's just faith in who you are and what you can do.
I just think if you don't believe in it yourself, how could you ever require anyone else to jump on board with you?
Yeah.
And to know that all these other people and other media people that I have faith in that know the movements of people and what people do, that it seems to be, it could be better than what I even expected, hopefully.
What kind of guests will you have on? Like, is it going to be your new mate Pauline? Will she get a look in? People like that, or is it?
Well, I saw the premiere up in the Blue Mountains. Yeah. Chris was up there with his wife.
He's great.
I love him.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, will I be able to come back on?" I said, "You've never been told not to come back on."
So I said, been contacting Bruno to get on?
Yeah. So Prime Minister will be on. Pauline obviously will be on. Chris Minns will be on. I've got some people working on, some of the US style people that might want to come. Not actors types, but
no, you did a lot of entertainment before.
We'll still do entertainment, but I'm not going to line up down at the Sheraton for a 2-minute pre-approved conversation with Will Ferrell. Yeah. Like what for? I'm not interested in that. Yeah. But we'll send someone, but it won't be me. Okay. But if they want to come in, Russell Crowe. Awesome. Keith Urban, they'll be actors, and these people we've already spoken to. Albo will want to come on. Albo did ring me a couple of weeks ago. I was at the new house. I'll paint the picture. I'm watching Law and Order, 11 a.m. in the morning, in my undies, sleep apnea mask still on, laying in bed, right? The phone rings. I pick it up like this. Albo, it says nothing. Take the mask off. I heave myself up. Hello, Prime Minister. Hello, Kyle. I've just done the budget rounds to all the radio stations, and I didn't get to speak to you. What's going on? I said, are you f***ing joking? I said, have you not read the paper? No, I know what's going on. Oh, mate, I miss talking. He was very nice. And how are you going? And how are you emotional? All the nice things. But I thought, on the days doing all the press for budgets, I thought that was pretty nice of him to ring.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
But I do like Albo. I've always liked him, but I think Russell Crowe said it best on the Joe Rogan podcast. Albo is nice to everyone. Well, maybe not the top end of town, but like anyone who's ever been overlooked, they're being seen, and you can't knock him for that. Like, I've been there. I've been that kid. Like, when I went to the government for help when I was 15, they told me I needed a letter from my parents or I couldn't get any money, and they couldn't provide me any housing. And I said to them, my parents moved out of that house. I don't even know where they've gone. And they said, oh, we can't help you. Let a 15-year-old walk into the street. And I thought, at least that shit doesn't happen anymore.
And having your own family and your family unit with Tegan and Otto has obviously changed you, like it's changed you for the last 3 years.
Yes. I'm a crier now when I see the Kleenex ad or even the Qantas ad.
Yeah.
You know the old Qantas ad? Just with the, I've been to cities. And I go, get all the mouth. Like, why am I crying at the Qantas ad?
Because
how parochial can a man be?
You have a home. They're your home.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And I never had a home. Oh, my God, you've glued it together. We've come full circle.
Oh, well, would you like to add to your family? Like, is that part of your plan?
No, we've not. We've decided we were going to.
Okay.
And then... But then like, she's looking fabulous, and she's like, oh, and I was like, and she's like, and he said, I don't want another baby, and she's like, that's it. So he's a lot, and then we've got friends that have got 2 and some with 3, and like we're quite happy with him. Just and I'm 55.
Yeah.
Shit, I only said 50, but I'm 55.
Right.
Well, what, I'm going to be 60 at the kid's 5th birthday? Nah, no more.
Okay.
That's it, one and done.
Okay, that's good. Well, you have the perfect little.
Yeah, we're
specimen.
happy.
Okay.
Plus, I don't want 2 car seats in every car.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They're not cheap, those car seats.
No, they're not. How has the last who are you now after the last 5 months? How have you changed? Who's Kyle today compared to the 20?
I think I'm the same person that I was when I stopped working at the radio show. It was only 5 months ago. A bit thinner, more bored, got plenty to say. And it'll be just more of the same. But just with the people that still want to do the show. And
what do you say to the people who you want to come and listen? What are you going to say? Why should we listen to you again?
Well, if you don't want to listen, then that's no dramas.
Okay.
But you're not going to know what's going on. You just have to watch half clips on YouTube. Yeah. You want to be the budget that's only watching the YouTube clips? Or do you want to be on the full platform?
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. Like if you want to be on it, that's great. So some people are saying, why would people pay for something they used to get for free? And I said, well, they didn't. They used to pay by having to suffer 1,000 ads an hour and hear Morse code, beep, 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 over someone saying bum. Yeah. Beep, oh, better beep that out in case someone's offended. It's the Wild West over here. It's not going to be purposely grubby. But if someone's having a debate and someone starts swearing, we're not going to be like, oh my goodness, it's going to be what it is. Like, it's going to be real life. And $2 a week to never hear a commercial, that's cheap for me. Well, we're not greedy.
Yeah.
We're just trying to plug the hole.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, we don't. And then the app developers have also said that this could become larger, that there could be an entire network down the road. So it might not just be me, but I've spoken to other people. I've spoken to Kyle, spoken to Ray Hadley. All these people are very interested to see how this all goes. People are still out there, they've still got plenty of things to say, and this may well be the new media that we've been waiting for. Is there anything that you want to say to Jackie? Like through me, through the paper, is there anything that you would say if she was here? Are you sorry? Are you sad? I was sad. She knows I'm sorry. We've been over that dozens of times. And I wish her well, and I look forward to catching up for a chat and a pikelet or... But do people still eat pikelets? No, like she knows I've got her back. I just wanted her to know that. Because I didn't want her to be going through all this court stuff and thinking, oh, he hates me, what does he think of me? I needed her to know, regardless of what it is, I'm good with you, and I just know that we'll get through it. Maybe Jackie did have a change of heart. Maybe she did, maybe she did start having some differences of opinion as to what I was saying, but didn't feel comfortable enough to share them with me. Anything's possible. Which is disappointing because, like, I obviously, as you all heard, shared what my opinions were to her, and I still think that I did it in quite a nice way. even though it was still on the air, but everything we did was on the air. Like if it wasn't on the air, we both would have said, why the did you waste this in the corridor?
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that we do.
Yeah.
So to put a show together every day for that long, you start to say, no, talk about it on the air. Oh, don't say that, talk about it on the air. Like, because you're always looking for content. And I don't know how long it's going to be before we speak. It might be 2 years. How long could she be in court for? Forever.
I wonder if you're going to like bump into her at Woolies one day or something.
Well, I had my birthday dinner at Mimi's and she sent me a note. She must have found out that I was there and sent me a note the next day saying, I thought about you last night. I, for some reason, pictured you at Mimi's and you were there.
Wow.
And I sent a note back saying, when I walked in there, because I know I was in your hood, I was actually scanning the restaurant for you. I was disappointed that you weren't there. And she's, ha, ha, kiss, kiss, kiss. You know, it's still nice. But not, I haven't gone, what the going, like, because I know she's in a tricky spot.
But it's
legally.
It's confusing. It's confusing.
Yeah, sort of like the guy that got broken up with, but you're still ringing on a Friday night. Still sending a cheeky side boob shot. And I'm like, do you like me or not? Do you like me or not?
Sure, she'll always love you.
Yeah, I'm sure the love's there too, but time will tell.
Time will tell. I'm so happy that you're doing well, and I'm so happy that you've come through this and you're...
Well, we'll see.
Positive?
Yeah, we'll see. I am positive.
Have you put as yourself... You know, is there a time limit on this? Like if you get to a year and it's not where you want it to be, do you pivot? Or?
Oh, 100%. If we get a year into this and it's a thing that's like costing money and it hasn't worked, then the whole thing will have to implode.
What would you do then?
Probably do the Kyle only Sandilands.
Only
Sandilands.
Awesome.
It'd just be me in a leather mask.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I don't think that's going to take off either. No. Plan B sounds worse than Plan A. The only thing I want you to know about this show is that it is no censorship, no commercials, and conversations that the country should be having with one side versus the other side. Not necessarily combative, but maybe we can learn something from each other. Because usually, if I hear a news story about something that's skewed to the right, and then I hear the same news story that's skewed to the left, you can sort of understand each other's side, and a little bit of common sense and understanding makes everyone lean towards the centre a bit more, which is really the only way the world's going to really roll forward properly.
Absolutely.
If it's extreme left or extreme right, we're all finished.
It's never going to work.
We have to be sensible.
Yeah.
We have to have some conversations.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're hard conversations, but they're worth hearing. I've learned so much through the last radio show that we had, the Kyle and Jackie O show. We had, gays, days, me, Jackie's, like every different colour of Benetton that you could think, and everyone had a voice. Yeah. And people would ring up. I remember when I first started in radio in the late 90s at Today FM here, you never even heard a voice on the air on the phone call that wasn't white. They were all ladies in their 30s.
Yeah, wow.
And they were like, oh, g'day guys, I love the song. It was bullshit. Yeah. And then I was the first saying, where are the brown people? Where are the Lebanese people? Where are the Chinese people? I want to hear the people, like I grew up, my best friend was Lebanese. I'm sitting in his lounge room in Brisbane on the floor, eating what I thought was dip and flat bread, but that's what they're eating for dinner. Yeah. But I love this. And then my other friend was Italian, and they had more food and people than I'd ever seen in my life. And I'd go back to our place and I'd think, we're poor. We've only got one plate each, and you can see a lot more plate than food. Yeah. Over at my other, they were piled up with food. Oh, yeah. The different cultures I've always loved. Yeah. And they've got funny stories. And like a Lebanese guy has got a funny take on an Australian's point of view. And like I love all that. And you learn that we're all pretty much the same. Yeah. We're not really that different. So speak more, understand each other more. Don't be so militant in, I think this and I'm not changing my... Like, I've changed my mind all the time. Yeah. If provided with new information that makes sense, I just change my mind. Yeah. Because what sort of idiot would you be if you didn't? That's what an educated person would do. You're not a good boss. If you can't take advice from someone or criticism or change your mind, then you're not a good leader. Exactly. You never really stop learning and adding to the knowledge of what we all are. So you and Jackie were a duo for decades. To tell you the truth, I've already got a seat upstairs that's going to sit there that's reserved for her the day she wants to come in or the day she wants to come back.
It is like a death then. You've got the empty seat there waiting for her.
And I'm leaving that empty seat there on purpose.
Oh, do you think she would ever?
I'm even going to, Bruno said he'd even buy her perfume and spray it on it.
Oh.
I don't know. I hope that she comes on and talks to us one day when she can.
Do you think you will be the same without her? Like, will you?
Yeah, well, the last 2 weeks without her, that's pretty much what the show is.
Yeah.
It's just me and then I'm leaning on the others for a little bit of carniness.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Some people even said they preferred it. I didn't say that.
When all of this happened, was there ever a little moment of time or piece of your mind where you went, this, I'm out of here, I'm selling everything, we're moving to Brisbane, or we're moving to
Brisbane?
anywhere, like, somewhere else? Did you ever think of giving it all up?
Yep, I did. There was, early on in the piece, before I'd reformulated this new plan,
Yeah.
I thought, Jesus, if I can't be in the commercial media business, this is all I've ever done. My only job in my entire life was the radio.
Yeah.
Bit of TV or what have you.
Yeah.
And I thought, if commercially I'm being wiped out by these lunatics, maybe we just sell up everything and I buy some rundown old castle and become one of those weirdos living in France trying to DIY some castle in the freezing cold. But a lot of those relationships seems to implode while they're over there, so it doesn't look that fun.
Yeah.
But that was a plan that I had. And then my wife said, we're not going anywhere. So then I came up with this new plan.
Family here.
Yeah. And my family's all a bit dysfunctional and, some are dead and some don't speak to each other. It's all over the place. But they're like a proper family that all still talk to each other and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is nice.
Refreshing.
It is.
Yeah.
I like it.
I can't wait to listen. I'm sure everyone
Well, let's hope
the
the app doesn't fail on day one.